Good afternoon, Facebook family. It is Sandria here, and today, of course, we are entering December, so it is the last month of the year. Of course, we want to finish strong. We want to accomplish all those goals that we set way back January 1st, and maybe we didn't hit them all, but we can set ourselves up to have a winning 2017. And to help us do that, we have some very special guests this morning. We are joined by Angela Irwin, speaker, author of One Choice, Choose Happiness, and also the ladies of Enduo Events, Ina Jones and Lena Hill, who will also be speaking with us about creative and fun events. They specialize in creative and fun events for women. And so we are going to jumpstart our 2017 right now on December 1st. We have 8 keys. 8 specific, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get us set up. So Angela, tell us, step 1, are we counting these down? Are they in a specific order? Like, okay, this is the top one, or do we want to start from number 8, where it's kind of like...
They're not in a specific order because I think they're all kind of important. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'm guessing some of you are similar to me, where you start off the year with so much enthusiasm and so much motivation, and you're just like, oh, this is going to be the year. I'm going to change my life this year.
Right.
And for me, this year around Labor Day, I actually sent something to Ina, something that I wrote, because I was like, oh my God, it's September. What did I do with the year? Oh my goodness. So these 8 keys will help you not find yourself there in September. Hopefully, if you follow them, it'll help you push through strong throughout the year so that your motivation just doesn't stop at the end of January, which is, don't you think, a trap that a lot of us get into?
Yes.
So
let's super motivated in January.
yes,
hitting the gym. I'm starting a business plan.
And then it's
right.
Yes, gradually but surely. So
Yes.
let's just get started.
Yes.
The first one is don't bite off more than you can chew. So I'm a visionary. I believe in vision boards. I believe in writing the vision. But I think it's fair to say that you shouldn't feel terribly about yourself, if you didn't travel the world, if you're not financially independent, if you didn't buy a new home, if you didn't get married and have 2 kids, if you didn't buy a beach house, and if you didn't get a PhD all in 1 year.
Because we'll put all those things
We
in our list
will.
to do.
We will. We feel so compelled to just do everything in
Yeah.
1 year. So the first step, don't bite off more than you can chew. Just pick something that you can focus on, that you can dedicate yourself to, that you can be diligent about. That way, you don't have to feel guilty at the end of the year. You'll feel so much more accomplished when you set more reasonable guidelines. And I'm not saying all that stuff isn't unreasonable. Like, I want you to achieve that. But don't bite off more than you can chew.
I like that.
Okay. Any comments before we move on to
Well, so today I actually kicked that off. I signed up for swim lessons.
Oh.
And so that's like my step 1. So of course, the end goal, I want to be able to swim in the Mediterranean or go to Bora Bora, all these big expensive goals. But it's like, well, first learn how to swim. Like,
Finish your
keep
swim
it real
lessons.
simple. Finish my swim lessons. So
Check that off the list.
not
Boom.
biting off more than I can chew.
Boom.
and
There
I
you
think
go.
it's important too when you have a family and you're planning your own goals to keep them in mind as well. Like, I have
Absolutely.
kids, I need to make sure that they're
You have to feed them, love
right,
them,
right,
be with them, mother them.
right.
Time management piece too. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Number 2, be positive. Instead of focusing on what you're giving up, focus on what you're gaining. So the perfect example I have for this, not saying anyone needs to lose weight, I just think we all understand this example. Whenever I set a goal of weight loss, I think immediately, oh, I can't eat sugar. I love sugar. I can't go. I can't do this.
Right.
I can't go out to eat at my favorite restaurant. We think about everything that we're giving up. If you want a promotion, you might be thinking about the long hours. We default to thinking about the sacrifice. But what if instead you thought about how much healthier you're going to be?
Yeah.
Maybe you're adding a year or 2 to your life. Maybe you are helping your family in the long run, future generations. Like, think about the benefits instead of the
The
sacrifice.
crop tops you get to wear.
Yes.
After going to the gym every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't think about the sweat and all the happy hours you're missing as a result. Think about the benefits.
Positive spin. Okay.
That's good, y'all. Okay.
Like, that's good. if I do say so myself.
Keep waiting, y'all. They're gonna get better. Number 3, get organized. So this I like wrote for myself because I'm a visionary. So I can see the vision. I know where I want to be, but the plan to get there is where I get a little lost. And if you're anything like me, you need a plan to get there. And that's obvious, right? But let's say back to the weight loss. I want to lose weight. What days are you going to the gym? What are you going to do when you get there? Are you going to do strength? Are you going to do cardio? Are you doing this on your own? Are you working with a personal trainer? So we have to make sure that we actually know ourselves what the plan is, because then every day, if I know I'm supposed to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I have a plan. I know how to execute to get to my vision. So I'm less overwhelmed because I know what I'm doing, if that makes sense.
Yep. Now, what if you just are not a planner? Like, I don't really see myself as a planner. It's like, okay, well, how? I know what my goal is, but I'm just not a planner.
Well, I think it varies for everyone. Like, maybe you don't write lists. Maybe you don't have a physical planner where you write out on each day, but you have to have a strategy. Because if you don't have a strategy, you just have you today and then you have a dream, but you don't actually. It's like, I know where I want to go. I want to go to 309 West Washington,
Right.
Okay? But like, how are you going to get there if you don't know which roads to take? So it's more about whatever your process is. We don't have to call it planning if you don't want to, but you need to have some sort of strategy, a roadmap. Exactly. Otherwise, you'll just be saying, yeah, I'm going to go eventually. Because it's like, imagine if you've never been there, if you don't actually know how to go, don't you want to at least know which roads run which directions?
Yes.
It's more so just to get you going versus to, even if the plan evolves, even if it changes.
Right. And it doesn't have to be a really complicated.
It doesn't have to be
plan.
complicated.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Just
what if can an accountability partner be used for something like this?
I'm just skipping ahead.
Oh, she's cheating in the book.
She is, and because she said that, we'll just go to number 4, enlist help. Yes, I know. Accountability partner.
It makes a difference.
It does.
Yeah,
Enlist
it does.
help. Like, your plan doesn't have to be just you by yourself. That could be having a buddy. That could be an encourager, a cheerleader. That could be somebody who's cracking the whip on you. Because maybe sometimes you need someone to keep it a little more honest with you and tell you about yourself when you need that. So enlist help. You don't have to do this in a vacuum. You don't have to do it by yourself, because anybody who's ever achieved anything, typically they haven't done it by themselves. You don't have to be alone in 2017.
And it makes it fun. Like, a friend and I, we're doing 100 days of yoga. So today is day 62.
Oh,
so
wow.
me and her, every day, we share our photo of us at the end of our practice, just so we can have that accountability. Like, okay, I got it in today. Did you get it in today? And it's just like that extra push. Because when I don't feel like it, I'm like, okay, I know Morgan is doing it. I can't fall off. It's day 62. So yes, accountability is everything.
It is. Okay, number 5. Don't get overwhelmed. And you're probably like, well, how can I avoid getting overwhelmed? So we're practicing not biting off more than we can chew. We're going to enlist help. You have to recognize life is not a competition. Your path is your path. And sometimes we get overwhelmed because we set these goals and these expectations for ourselves defined by society, defined by other people. I'm not sure what. But you don't have to fall into a trap of setting yourself up to compete with other people in a way that if you can't keep up, or if you feel like you're not keeping up, you start to get overwhelmed. So you have to let go of that. This isn't a competition. Like, all of our paths are different. If you ask us all our goals, she's going to learn to swim. I think that's great. I'm not going to learn to swim in 2017, and that's okay too. So you don't have to try to do what everyone else is doing. And when you start, that's when you do get overwhelmed.
Yes.
Okay, number 6. Celebrate the things that you've already done. So this was written for myself too, because it's easy to feel like, especially when you have big goals or goals that are like launching businesses, things that aren't just defined in terms of like, oh, I lost this, I can measure this. Oh, I did this, I can measure this. It's more like, what's the word I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? It's not like easily, like I took 10 swim lessons.
Right.
You have these goals that they're not as easily measured. And so we put so much pressure on ourselves. And Labor Day of this year, I admit, I said like, what not achieved all
What
the
am
things
I
that
doing?
exactly. And so I physically sat down, got a notebook, and wrote out everything that I felt I achieved this year that I wanted to make note of to myself. And when I looked at the list, I'm like, girl, relax. You are good. I think sometimes we're our worst critic. We don't give ourselves credit for anything. Like, so you have to, when you start getting overwhelmed, when you start feeling like this is just going to be like every other year where I can't accomplish my goals, you have to sit down and you have to celebrate yourself. You have to recognize all the cool things you've already done. Think about what your family would say about you. Think about how people honor and esteem you in your life more than you do yourself. You have to celebrate yourself because you need to.
You do. And I was going to say something that goes with that is just gratitude.
Yes,
Daily
yes.
practicing gratitude and really looking at those small things
Yes,
that we do every
absolutely.
single day, you know, the small ways we improve other people's lives,
Yes.
our own lives. It's like, man, I give thanks for, I got up on time today. You know, I didn't stay in bed, you know, just those small things. And those are small things that should be celebrated.
Exactly.
But we
Like,
don't always think of that.
we don't. It's like, I'm not a CEO, therefore, no.
I didn't make it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have things to celebrate. So don't dismiss those things just because everything on your vision board is not realized today.
I feel so much better about myself.
Oh,
It works immediately.
Okay, so number 7, I kind of addressed this already, but stop comparing yourself to others. We're all on social media, obviously. I think there are so many traps set up that you just look at all this stuff and you're like, wow, everyone's rich and beautiful, and they
Right.
all
Traveling.
everyone travels the
Right,
world.
right,
I've
right.
only been to Europe twice. Gosh, my life sucks. Like, I only take one vacation a year. Like,
Mhm.
you know, this world is created, and I'm not negating anyone who sells their life in that way or has actually created a life in that way, but good for you. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Like, again, it's not a competition. And a
Right.
lot of stuff that we're exposed to, it's a sales tactic. It's a product, and you can't compare your real life to
Right.
someone's social media life.
Like
you know?
people always say, social media is like people's highlight reel.
Right, I
Like
was
you're
just about to say
seeing the
that.
highlight.
Those
You're
are
not
edited pictures.
right. You're seeing the filtered life.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I'm not knocking anyone who makes their living off Instagram. Good for you, but stop comparing yourself to those people. Okay, number 8. This one's just really basic, y'all. Be consistent.
Mm.
You know, like sometimes we start off like, I'm gonna go to the gym every day and I'm never eating sugar again in my life. Like, can you really sustain that? If you can, message me
Yeah.
because I can't. I struggle. I love sweets. I do. I love cake. It's delicious. But it is. But the point is, like, if you can create a plan or a roadmap or something that you can just be consistent, not something that's gonna impact your life that you can't sustain, taking care of your family, being there for your friends and family, practicing gratitude. You have to be consistent. Create a plan that allows you to be consistent, because when you just do splurges of like, okay, January I'm on it, February, oops, okay, March I'm back on it, oh, I took the summer off, okay, September I'm back on it. Yeah, it's just like you're kind of cheating yourself the opportunity of actually becoming a world-class swimmer or whatever your actual goal is. So, okay, are we ready for the next one?
Well, yeah.
I feel like I might have passed 8, y'all.
You
I'm
did.
sorry. Okay.
We're giving you more than what we
Well,
promised.
this is a bonus. Okay, bonus and final. Practice self-care. I think this one is so important. I think of myself and all of us in terms of like a glass or a pitcher that's sometimes empty, and we're just still trying to pour into the lives of others, pour into other people's goals, pour into our own goals, and we're empty.
Guilty.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to really change that, and it's not easy. You can enlist help for that. I think when you're really focused, when you're on a mission, sometimes you put yourself last, but you have to at least put yourself on the list. And when I'm talking about self-care, I'm talking about sleeping,
Yes.
I'm talking about eating well, I'm talking about drinking water, I'm talking about exercising, and these aren't for weight loss, but for your mental health, for your sanity. I'm talking about engaging in spiritual practices. If that's your thing, you need to make sure that your mind, your body, your spirit is strong, because when you're impacting the world or when that's your goal, you have to be strong.
Now, for you ladies, is that kind of the background of why you created Enduo Events? Because us as women, we don't really
struggle with that.
practice self-care, especially as Black women. It's like, we want to do everything for everybody. So is that kind of the...
That's exactly the reason why we created it. We're moms, wives, full-time jobs,
Right.
And it's hard
In
to
school.
find, hard to find time to do something for ourselves.
Yeah.
Everything is about the family. I'm an accountability partner for lots of people.
Right.
So,
Right. So you're a lot of women's accountability partner. Yeah.
yeah.
So this weekend, so of course you do events all the time that are specifically for women to pamper them, empower them, but this
Yes.
weekend you specifically have a pamper event coming up.
Yes. Okay.
She's practicing self-care by being still. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this Saturday we have an event called the Pampering Parade, and we planned this for this time of year for a very specific reason. We know it's the holidays, and people are getting ready to end their year and then getting ready to start their new year, and it can be hectic.
Yeah.
And we wanted to put something together that was something to pamper women. And so we have mini makeovers that are going to be available at this event.
Hair, makeup, we have sweets, we
Yep,
have
sweet treats,
soaps, we have everything.
Yep, shopping, like the shopping the ladies like to do for
Yeah.
themselves.
And just the time for women to connect with other women.
Yep.
Away
Angela
from
will be there.
family.
I will be there. Networking and just having a great time.
And this is going to be out in Oak Brook?
Yep, it's at the Marriott in Oak Brook from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Saturday. We do have a Groupon running for, it's a free event, so anybody can come. We do have a Groupon running right now for raffle and drink tickets. We have some pretty awesome raffles. Marriott gave us a free weekend stay.
Ooh.
We have each of our vendors are giving us like $40 to $60 valued raffles. And then there's gift bags for the first 100 people.
Okay, so ladies, if you can't make it or if you're not in Chicago, what's the website where people can find out about what you're doing?
Yeah, so our website is www.enduoevents.com, and Enduo is spelled INDUO.
Whoa. So before I let you ladies go, Angela, I want to just ask you really quickly. You wrote this book
I did.
about choosing happiness. So even the title, Happiness as a Choice. Can you just talk to us a little bit about your inspiration for the book and why should we choose happiness? Yes, hashtag me being happy. Yes.
So I think there are times in life where it's just not the easy choice, and I had a lot of those times, and I realized like, man, I'm gonna live an unhappy, miserable life until I learn to choose happiness, until I learn to start making decisions that impact my happiness instead of waiting for you to do something to make me happy or waiting for a work scenario to make me happy. It's all about me taking accountability for who I am and my outcomes with my decision making. So it's just, I think, a better way to live life because it becomes less circumstantial. Somebody made me mad, I'm unhappy.
Right.
I didn't get this today, I'm unhappy. It's a way to have things happen in your life and you can still be happy. It's not all dependent upon exterior factors.
Right. I love that. Do we have any questions?
Someone wants to have Angela kind of go down the list really quickly of just the top 8 or 9.
Okay, yeah,
points.
absolutely. And the bonus one.
The bonus.
Okay, number 1, don't bite off more than you can chew. Number 2, be positive. Focus on the benefits, not the sacrifice. Number 3, get organized, create a road plan. Roadmap, road plan. Number 4, enlist help. Number 5, don't get overwhelmed. Number 6, celebrate the things that you've already done. 7, stop comparing yourself to others. 8, be consistent. And bonus, which we didn't count as a point, practice self-care.
Yeah.
Can I say one more thing too?
Yeah.
I am personally giving myself to you as a coach, as a encourager in January. So go to my Facebook page. I think they posted it on blackdoctor.org. But it is Angela Victoria Irwin, and you can sign up to follow me, and that'll take you to my website, angelairwin.com, the contact page. You can leave me your email address if you're interested in me emailing versus you just getting stuff on Facebook. So I'm here for you. I believe in you. And I want you to make 2017 the best year of your life.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is balance realistic? Maybe Ina can kind of speak to it too, and Lena. I mean, with
Like, can you
with
have it all?
Can you have it all? I've heard you can have it all, but not all at once.
That sounds about right. It's hard to try and do everything when there's so much to take care of.
That's why we fall behind sometimes as moms and
Yeah.
wives or whatever. As
We
women,
put ourselves
we put ourselves
in
to
the
the
back
back burner.
Right, yeah, and I would say you can have it all, but to your point, you know, you just may not be able to have it all at the same time. You know, but if you have your plan, you have your roadmap, you know what you're working towards. So if you have all these different goals, why can't you have it all? What is your definition of all?
I think it helps you if you have help. You know, if you have a team of people, be it your family or whomever, and it depends what your priorities are as well, and if they're in alignment with what you're doing. I think alignment is important. Sometimes people are seeking things that are kind of outside of what is going on with their situation, and it makes balance kind of impossible. So I think it's understanding what you got and where you're trying to go and who can help you.
Yeah. I agree.
Anything else? That's it, that's all? Well, hopefully you guys are feeling empowered and prepared,
Yes.
ready to walk into your 2017 with confidence. So you can start right now, get your plan, get your blueprint together, get your mind ready. And of course, you can always check back to blackdoctor.org for more tips and information. So thank you for joining us this afternoon, and we will see you next time, Facebook family.
Bye. Have a great weekend.